I would never, ever order delivery, DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of it. And I'm an Uber driver. Hi, my name is Levi Spires. This is the Tip You in the App Daily Drive podcast. Today's Daily Drive is brought to you by the Gig You app. Hey, hi. Why would I never order delivery? I got some reasons. I got some strong reasons, but I got a couple of stories to tell you. At least one. My first incident with delivery, it happened 35 years ago. I was 16. I just gotten my license, and my parents ordered pizza for me to go pick up at the pizza place or whatever. It was a couple of pizza pies. And so I go pick up the pizzas, but I brought my dog with me. We had a Dalmatian, Roxy, cute dog. And I go to pick up the pizzas, and I don't know how or why. Maybe I had the dog in the back seat with the pizzas, but I noticed she started eating some of the pizza slices. So what I did was I kind of trimmed up the pizza before I got home. And when I got home, I handed the pizza to my parents. And then I said, I had stopped. I lied. I stopped at my office or my work, and I worked at a grocery store. And I gave some slices of pizza to my friends. And my parents were like, great, that was really nice of you. And so my entire family, my mom, my dad, my three sisters, and I, we all sat down to eat dinner with these two pizza pies with like 2 or 3 slices missing. And I remember like they're handing out pizza, and my family was like, everybody was grabbing the pizza and putting on their plate and starting to eat. And they were looking at me like, why aren't you eating the pizza? And I'm like, no way. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't eat the pizza. And like, what's the problem? And I confessed. I said that Roxy had eaten a couple of slices, and my entire family was so grossed out. They were trying to scrape out the pizza that they were eating because there's dog slobber. Once they realized what had happened, it was kind of gross. And maybe that's scarred me, from my entire life from delivery. Now, I say I would never order delivery. And I'm sure there are times I haven't done it in so long. I think the last time I ordered food for delivery was pre-COVID, 2016, 2018, something like that. I ordered through Uber Eats, Chipotle. I was in Cincinnati. I was on a business trip, and I didn't realize, at the time that Cincinnati, I was on the Kentucky side. There's the river that goes through it. And I ordered Chipotle from the Ohio side, and my delivery driver was so upset with me. And I met him down the lobby. I went down the lobby and I said, he wasn't having it. He said I should have ordered from Chipotle on the correct side of the river. But that was the last time I did that. And now I'm a delivery driver. I've been doing a lot of deliveries. I'm probably getting close to 1,000. In fact, this weekend I got a big challenge. I'll tell you guys more about that later. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, I would never order delivery. So I made this list of why I would never do it. The number one thing, probably the most logical reason, is it's really, really expensive. Like between the fees, the cost, ordering food, period, just getting food from a restaurant, and then having it delivered to you, the tip. It seems so expensive. So a $15, $20 McDonald's order, or whatever the price is, now becomes $30, $35. And it just seems so absurdly expensive. Then the food's not going to be that good, right? It can't be that good. I think to myself, like, when I go Chipotle is one of the places, when I do eat out, it's kind of the fast food place I like to go to. I watch them prepare the food right there in front of me, and then I eat it right away. A couple of times I ordered Chipotle and I brought it home. It took me 30 minutes to get home and everything. And then it was like the bowl wasn't the same. Like the cheese had all melted, and it just wasn't as hot as it was when I ordered at Chipotle. And so I think to myself, like, it's expensive and the food can't be as good as when you eat it there at the restaurant. It just can't be. I don't think it can be. Um, so why not just go to the place and eat? I mean, if I'm really desperate for Chipotle or McDonald's or whatever fast food place you like to go to, why not just go there and eat? And then and then the thing is like it takes too long to get your food. I mean, even on my shortest deliveries, it's taking 15, 20, 30 minutes. So people order food and then they sit around and wait for 30 minutes. And I'm thinking if I'm at my house, I would just open the fridge and get some leftovers. If I'm really hungry, why wait around for food to be delivered that's expensive and not as good as when I could have ate it? I could have just drove to the place and ate it. Yeah, it's just easier to eat at home. Now, big surprise here. I'm married to a lovely woman who does all of the cooking. She cooks everything, and the food is through the roof. So I understand that there are single people. I have a 24-year-old son. He probably orders out to eat a lot. He's there in New York City. But for me, it's like I can just open my fridge and there's always some sort of leftovers, something I can just go and eat right away. And then thankfully, my wife makes a meal every day. So I don't have to even worry about it. Okay, but going back to my original story, because I understand why people do it. I mean, they're busy in their life. They've got disposable income. I get that. But there's two parts to it that doesn't make, well, maybe not two parts. One part that doesn't make any sense to me, or that I have an irrational fear about. The dog story probably still sticks with me to this day. I I just I've I've seen people's to go orders sitting out on the counter. They're wrapped to some extent, but then I've seen my fellow delivery drivers. I love you guys, I really do, but some delivery drivers have like the grossest cars. They're not the cleanest people either, too, right? They're smoking cigarettes, and it's gross. And I'm thinking like, I don't want that person kind of near my food. I don't want my food just sitting out on a counter waiting for me. Not even under a heat lamp of some kind. It's just like sitting in like a shelf somewhere, and then sitting on my front porch for who knows how long. And then the one thing that freaks me out the most, I mean, restaurants are doing a pretty good job of wrapping it, so I don't feel like the bugs in somebody's car are going to get inside my food. So I do think about that. Um, I I think it's the drinks. The drinks are the thing that blow my mind. That people order drinks from fountain sodas and they want the delivery driver to fill it. Like sometimes as a delivery driver, I've filled fountain drinks, and I'm thinking like, that's the one. There was no way I would want. I don't even like trust fountain drinks that much. I mean, I drink from them, but I was kind of like, oh, can you imagine some of the delivery drivers, those people touching like, and then putting the lid on? No, there's no way. And then like it's sitting open. Like I've seen, I think it's maybe it's Dunkin' Donuts or some of them. Like the hole is open on the top of the drink. I think it's Starbucks maybe. And sometimes they put like a sticker over the top of it. Sometimes it's just open. And I'm thinking like that's open air to a vehicle that might be driving with the windows down, and garbage flying around could sprinkle garbage dust into my drink. There's no way. There's no way. So I'll leave you this final thought about being a delivery driver that doesn't order delivery. I get it. We got to get out there and make some money. And I'm not the cleanest person all the time too. So, this is not, I have an irrational fear. But there's this thing. Okay. In the Marine Corps, let me take a step back here. In the Air Force, they wanted us all, I was an Air Force guy. They wanted us all to become, not pilots because we couldn't all fly, but understand air combat. We were copying the Marine Corps at the time. The Marine Corps for forever has had this saying that every man is a rifleman. And I think I got that right. If you're in the Marines, I messed that up. Sorry. But no matter who you are in the Marine Corps, you could be a cook, you could be an actual infantry person, infantryman, a pilot. Doesn't matter what you do. You first have to learn how to be a rifleman. And I think about being a delivery driver. in ordering Uber rides or whatever it might be, you have to understand the business itself. And one of my critiques of Uber is that the employees of Uber don't understand how to actually transport people. They don't do the job. One of the things that at least I could say is why I don't necessarily order Uber, and I don't order Uber Eats, and I don't order DoorDash, and I don't really order Lyfts. I've probably done 10 Uber rides in the last, I don't know, 6 years, and zero DoorDash or Uber Eats. But I do the business. I know how to do the business. And I think that the people at Uber, occasionally you might see Dara out there driving. I love that Lyft. David Rishner does it every now and then. They don't know the business of actually putting people in the back of their car and driving. They just don't understand. They don't do deliveries. And I think if I were the CEO, if I was God of the day of Uber or Lyft or DoorDash, I would make every single person in my company do the gig every now and then just to stay in touch with it. So every man's a rifleman, every person's a delivery driver. And then that might change the way they might even operate. Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm delivering all these meals to people, and I'm thinking to myself, I would never do this. It's so expensive. The food can't be that good. It potentially could be really gross. No thanks. But hey, I'll deliver your food. I'll deliver your food. Now, shout out to GigU. Again, they are a sponsor of this podcast, and I sincerely appreciate it. I've been using GigU now for almost 2 months. I have a phone that's set up, and I just love the fact that it does all the calculations for me. I pride myself in being an accountant and an economist in my previous life, but the math behind trying to calculate the rides, this is too much for me. And I love that it just gives me a red, a yellow, and a green. Red, don't take the ride. Yellow, it might be a good ride. Green, take that ride. I could just see it out of the corner of my eye. I don't have to worry about anything else. And yeah, so check out GigU. There's a link in the description. Okay. Speaking of delivery, I lost my cool with a college student last week. Really frustrated. And it was unwarranted, but I have to explain it all. Basically, it went like this. They ordered food, gave me an address. And so as I go to drop it off, it says meet at the door. And they never really want to meet at the door. That's the thing that's really frustrating about that is, like, with a college student, about half the time it says meet at the door, but then they say, don't meet me at the door, just leave it here. But the house didn't exist. I think it was like the house number was 242, but there was a 240 and a 244. And so I'm texting and I'm calling, and the person's not answering their phone. And it's really frustrating. So I didn't know where to put the food. And then finally, as it's kind of getting close to the cancellation time, I've been there like 5 minutes or whatever. I get a call from the person saying, hey, where are you? And I said, I'm here dropping off the food. Where's the house? You said it's 242. And then the person's like, wait, that's the wrong place. Oh, my bad. It's actually on the other side of campus, which is a 10, 15-minute drive for me to go across campus. Can you drop it off over here for me? And he probably heard my disgruntled whatever, because I was only making like $5 on this trip. I mean, it was nothing. And so I'm like 25, 30 minutes into this, and I'm really frustrated now by this. And when I pull up to the place to pick him, drop off the food, he comes walking outside, and he could probably just see the look on my face. And he's like, seems like you're having a bad day. And I was like, I'm having a bad order, And I think the thing that's frustrating is the total lack of respect for my time, especially from some 18, 19-year-old kid. And I'm like this 50-year-old man out here hustling for a couple of bucks. And he goes, well, let me tip you. And he reaches into his wallet and pulls out a $100 bill. And at that moment, I felt guilty. I did. I felt guilty. Like, I'm reading this person the riot act, and they just made a simple mistake. At the end of the day, like, thinking back on it, I'm sure they order Uber Eats all the time and they have some memorized addresses and they just put the wrong address and it happens. And hey, can you do me this favor? Instead of just, I didn't have to give him grief. I didn't have to, look disgruntled on my face. I didn't say anything rude to him, but I was kind of like, huffing and, making a scene, not becoming of a 50-year-old man who's in control of his own emotions. And I just said no. I didn't take his $100 bill. Um, I, I just didn't. And I'm, me, I love tips, and tips are earned, but $100 is not. I don't know. There's a part of me thinking like his parents probably gave him that $100 bill. Like if you ever get in an emergency, have $100 ready to go, something. And yeah, and I said, you could just tip me more in the app, and he said, well, I tipped you $4, and it was a $1.50 order, and I got a $4 tip on that, and that's what it was. And I said, well, you can just increase it, and he said he would, and he didn't. But I don't know if I really earned it. It's one thing to like deliver the food or complete the ride or whatever, but people aren't looking for you to nag them, to give them your grief and your stuff, and I did. And that's not good. It wasn't like it was horrible. I wasn't like, yelling at him or anything like that. But he could see that I was frustrated. And I lost my cool. Have you ever lost your cool like that? It's so easy sometimes. Passengers just, especially the later at night, the drunker they get, the younger they are sometimes. Their brains aren't fully in tune with everything that's going on around them. And I think about all these adults, at a college town working, and all these college kids just really disrespecting these adults, and these adults working for low wage jobs, and it could be anywhere. And just having some semblance of like, wow, here I am, 18, 19, 20, whatever. And just being appreciative that these people are working really hard. I think about like I had a conversation with one of the people working in the dining hall. And she was just like, yeah, they talk down to you. And it's a humbling, experience to be an adult working for a low wage job, to have people who are potentially going off in the world to be highly successful, just disrespecting you. And sometimes it's not, intentional disrespect. Like I think this kid, I think he just put the wrong address, and I probably would have gotten a bigger tip if I wasn't all pissy about it. And so life lessons, always life lessons. Let's see here. Your questions and comments. Just Shorts Maine, he wrote a comment on my video. He said, the apps are made to have you strive to hit certain tiers, like a video game. I fell into it once. If you don't multi-app, you're doing this wrong. Yeah, no doubt. The apps are designed like a video game, like a casino video game. You're gambling because you don't really know what trips to take and which ones, you think you got a good trip, but the next trip could have been better. You never really know. There's always FOMO. And if you don't multi-app, you're doing it wrong. I think so. Yeah. I mean, if you multi-app, if you have Uber Eats and Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and Grubhub and all these apps open at the same time, you can definitely maximize each trip profitability, taking the best trip that comes your way. No doubt about it. The only thing that I would argue, and he's making a comment off the video that I just released where 75% of drivers do one app only. I think part of it is that it's really complex. To multi-app, you have to be on your game. And if you're going to work super long shifts, like an 8, 10, 12-hour shift, to have in your car managing, it can be mind-numbing. It's a game. I couldn't play a video game now for more than an hour. It's exhausting. I can barely watch a movie. So to have an app dictate your work, or have like 6 apps open dictating your work for a long shift, it can be exhausting. So I think he's right. Yeah, you're doing it wrong. You could make more money if you do multi-app, but I understand why people don't. it's not laziness. It's just like, quite frankly, I can't physically do it for that long period of time. So interesting. Over on X, yeah, that's right. I have an X account. I talk about Uber and Lyft, and I talk about golf, religion, politics. You want to chat with me over there? I posted a photo of myself and minivan Todd, one of my minivan man Todd, one of my friends over there on X. He's like, "What in the backpack is so valuable that needs to be buckled in?" Okay, so I always keep a backpack up here in the front, not because I need it up in the front. It's just that I don't want to put it in the trunk. I don't know. It's stupid. I could put it in the trunk, but I'm not actually buckling the backpack in. I kind of am, but the front buckle to my Tesla rattles up against the plastic. And again, speaking of doing 8-10 hour shifts, it bothers me. It doesn't. It's just audible, just barely, but you can hear. And so I buckle that seatbelt. And the problem is every now and then, once or twice a night, I need passengers to sit in the front seat, and then it's like a big hullabaloo because I gotta put the backpack in the back, and I gotta unbuckle that buckle and all that kind of stuff while the passengers are there waiting. So yeah, I don't know. Thought I'd share that. Over in the Facebook group, we have a Facebook group, a Tip You in the App Facebook group. It's great for drivers only. And Watson says, "Hi, I'm new here." Hey, Watson, if you see this, it's St. Patty's Day. Is St. Patty's Day a good day to drive typically? Yeah, it sure is, especially on college campuses. So yeah, if you're going to a college campus, they start really early in the morning, like 8 in the morning, and they drink all day. They go for 12, 18 hours. And they have these big jugs, college kids, of like milk jugs, but they're full of like, I don't know, sugary alcoholic drinks. It's gross. But and Syracuse has a huge Irish neighborhood over there in Tipperary Hill. There's another neighborhood in down in Binghamton. So you can go to these Irish neighborhoods where, yeah, they're going to be partying. So yes, St. Patty's is always a good place or a good time to go Uber drive, but they're drunk. Always remember that. So when you drive St. Patty's and you try to focus on the drunks, have a car seat cover, have vomit bags, because they're drinking lots of beer, lots of, sugary, if you're at a college campus, a lot of sugary drinks. And they're drinking early in the day. So that means they're ready to throw up by noon. So you got to be on your game early if you're going to do that. Drivers, thank you so much for being a part of this channel, this brand, and what we're doing here. I really appreciate it. I really do. Shout out to all the sponsors, Gig U, Red Tiger, and Lay's Fit. For 2025, or 2026, I should say, I want you to have fun. I'm trying to have fun. I want you to be safe, healthy, and happy. My name is Levi Spires, and I want you to know that I'm cheering for you. Be well. Bye.